welcome to today's vlog. Today is Wednesday, December 9th, 2020, and we are on day 9 of Vlogmas. Very, very happy that I have been sticking with this, and it's really just like become part of my routine. So another thing, like I was gonna do like an intro earlier today, but I got busy today actually, and I had a lot going on, had a few meetings. But I was able to get a lot of work done, and I also had a training today. So I will now be reading applications for my job. So I'm really excited to finally be doing that. That was just really, really awesome. So really excited for that. Sorry, I gotta fix my blankets. Okay. So as I kind of said yesterday, today's vlog, I wanted to kind of do a theme, and today's theme is Ask Emily. So just figure I would put a little question box out there on my Instagram and see what questions you guys had for me. So I brought home my planner. This is my HP dashboard. I finally put the white cover on it and actually the hot pink expander discs. So if we go ahead and flip to today in December, you'll see here, oh my God, yeah, I got so much done today too, by the way, like just in the realm of being an adult. So yeah, so I was very excited just to get a bunch of stuff done today. So yeah, I'm just really excited to do this video now and answer some of your questions. So we will go ahead and get started. So I have my 2 lists of questions. Thanks for everyone for asking. And I will also give you a shout out. So first question comes from my cousin Janae. She's such a sweetheart. So her question to me was, what is your favorite Christmas movie? So my favorite Christmas movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't care what anyone says, that's a Christmas movie. It is not a Halloween movie, it's a Christmas movie because Christmas is the main theme in the movie, and I absolutely love it. It's just really one of those movies that is near and dear to my heart because my mom actually took me to go see that movie when I was little, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. So I have a copy of that movie. I watch it every holiday season, and it is 110% my favorite. Runner up is Die Hard. Yeah, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I don't care what anyone says. It's a Christmas movie. I don't care. So there was that. The next question comes from intentionally be Breeze over on Instagram, and I will link basically some of these questions came from some of my Instagram friends, so I will go ahead and link their Instagrams below or their YouTube channels. So intentionally be Breeze does have a YouTube as well, so I will link that down below. Her question is, what is your favorite way to deal with stress? Reading, hands down, is like the #1 thing I absolutely love to do when I'm stressed out, whether it be a physical book like this or an audio book. Either way, that it's just really nice just to hear a good story, especially a good love story. So that is my favorite thing to do. I also like to diamond paint, and I like to color, as you guys can see behind me. Diamond painting, I'll kind of turn that. That's another hobby of mine. So that's a Starry Night that I actually did earlier this year. And yeah, it's really nice to just be able to listen to my audiobook and just zone out and work on a diamond painting. I'm working on a Jack Skellington right now, actually. So yeah, that is how I like to de-stress. So thank you for that question. The next question is coming from AnnaLynnPlans. First one, least favorite book and one you DNF'd. The least favorite book that I've ever read, and that's this year, was actually My Sister the Serial Killer by, I can't remember the author's name. Anyway, I gave that was just, it's not even that it was a bad book. I just hate it like when my characters in the book don't have any consequences or remorse for their actions. That drives me nuts. There was no like light bulb moment for one of the main characters in the book, and it just drove me nuts. So that was just not a book I enjoyed a lot. It was an audio, so it was only like a 4-hour book. But one that I DNF'd was Feeling the Vibe by Candace Dow. I couldn't get through it. I think I got like 15 pages in and I was like, no. Her writing was just too choppy for me. And like I need subtext and observation and like description, and she really didn't have that in this book, and so I DNF'd it. And DNF means do not finish. So yeah, that was one. And then her next question is favorite book ever. So my favorite book ever, I don't know if it's like my favorite book, but it's a book that stuck with me. I read it for my 10th grade English class, Mrs. Anderson. It was The Color of Water, A Black Man's Tribute to His White Mother by James McBride. I don't know why that book has stuck with me. I've read that book probably 4 or 5 times over the last 15 years, 15, 16, probably 17 years now since I read it for the first time. And it's just one of those books that I just love. I love how you got to hear about how James grew up and then also about how his mother Ruth grew up. And it was just a beautiful story, and I adored it. And it's a true story as well. So check that out. I'll link that one below. Yeah, The Color of Water by James McBride. Fantastic book. So thank you, Anna, for your questions. The next one is from my brother-in-law. He is Tiger_Nation_Irv26. His name is Irvin. His question is the sky blue even when is the sky blue even when the sun is down? I think so. I think it's just like a dark blue, right? I don't know. So thanks for the question. Okay, and then the next questions are from my girl Kris Holliday at Kris Holliday Plans. She's definitely kind of like one of my favorite planner gals out there. So she asked me some really good questions, and I hope she does this on her channel, or not on her channel, but on her Instagram. So that way I can ask her a ton of questions, because I have a ton of questions. So first question that she asked me is, what would you say your planner aesthetic is? I don't know. I just know that I like planners, and it really just kind of depends on the day or the week. Sometimes I like a lot of color. Sometimes I am super minimalistic and I just want one sticker. Sometimes I want no stickers. I don't think I really have an aesthetic, but I do know the one thing that I have to have in my planner is black pen, a black Sharpie pen. That is like my number one thing that you'll see in all of my planners. Her next question is, how many sticker books do you have? Don't know. I had counted at one point, and I think it was like 47 or something like that. And then I deconstructed all of my planners, all of my stickers. And I actually have a bin for all of them, and they're all categorized and everything. But I have obviously bought sticker books since then. I would honestly say that I probably have around 30 to 35 sticker books right now. And that's everything from the Happy Planner to LOL Girl to Agenda 52, and also Capital Chic Designs. So I'd probably say between 35 and 40 sticker books is how many I have. Next question, how did you decide daily planning was for you? I just tried it. I think it was one of those things like last year. So I take a drink. It was one of those things last year where I stopped using I was on the road actually, and I stopped using my vertical planner altogether, and I was just like, I just don't like vertical planning. And what really like stuck it out for me was I had a Erin Condren Petite planner. And what I did was, because I don't like things that are book bound to plan in, so what I actually did was I took it, a lot of people were doing this at the time, I actually took it over to Office Max and I had a coil put on it. And I had the last 3 quarters of a year all in one, or no, I did 2 quarters. Yeah, because it was like one book is like 3 quarters or whatever, or 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. So I took 2 planners and I put them on a coil. There was, because it was second, third, and fourth quarter. And that is how I got into daily planning, and I absolutely loved it. And that's when I came back from travel last fall, that's when I started really looking into the Plum Paper Daily Planner. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is what it's gonna be for me. So I started using that, and I absolutely adored it. And then like I said, I started using my plum paper, and I'm the type of person where I need every day to have its own page. I need to be able to really write down what I have going on, write in a gratitude, write my schedule, so I can visually see what my day looks like. So that is how I knew, that's how I decided that I was a daily planner, was because I hated vertical planning. And I've tried vertical planning even in the sense of my weekly planner, and because my weekly planner is actually a dashboard, and I don't like it. I have tried vertical planning multiple times, and it is just not for me. So I don't use it. So there's that. Okay. What's the worst book you've ever read? So I'm gonna take that as different than the question that Anna asked. So the worst book I ever read was actually Push by Sapphire. I did not like that book. It was just too, I feel like I understand like writing about like things that are difficult and things that are hard and are, you know, not savory and things like that, and how life doesn't always have a happy ending. But I do think that there's a certain line that was crossed in that book that just did not sit right with me. So that's probably like the worst book I ever read. I had nightmares about that book when I finished. So yeah, there's that. What is your favorite trope? I don't know. Like, I don't know what my favorite book trope is. I just know that I love romance novels. I love them all. I think the ones that I really, really like though are love triangles, I would say. But I love it when it's like a love triangle, but then you get another story about the person that like was left out and how they find love later. And I think that's why I like the Wicked Lovers series so much, and that's why I loved Decadent and Delicious, is because that's exactly what happened. So yeah, I'd probably say a love triangle is probably my favorite trope, in romance at least. Okay, I'm sorry. So for the next question, I actually had to run and go grab it. So the next question is, when did you start reading romance novels? I started reading romance in high school. So I think I was a sophomore in high school, and I really wanted to read a book. I didn't really care what it was. I just wanted to read a book, and I think I was bored and there was nothing on TV. So I grabbed Tender as the Storm by Joanna Lindsey. I know, right? You see that? He's like half naked. No, he's not even half naked. He is naked. So I grabbed this book. It was my mom's, by the way. And I was like, I just want to read something. It doesn't matter what it is. And this was the gateway. I've been reading romance novels ever since. I just adore reading about love, and just relationships and all that other stuff. But this book in particular is actually historical romance, and it's about this girl who is basically a mail order bride. And she has to travel through like the Wild West or whatever with her new groom. And yeah, and it was just very old-timey and very steamy also, and I just adored it. And I've literally been reading romance ever since high school. So Tender as a Storm by Joanna Lindsey. If you guys have not read this, go read it. I might put this on my reread TBR for 2021 just to relive this book, because I adored it. And I remember I actually made a book cover for this just so I could have it at school. Because I remember one day it fell out of my backpack when I was putting my books in my locker, and my friends roasted me for this. So yeah, I ended up putting something over it, and then that was it. And then yeah, I've been reading romance ever since then. So probably since I was like 15, 16 years old. So there's that. All right, next question. Are you doing #SpendFreeze365 for 2021? I would say that I am, to a certain extent. I mean, there are a couple of things where it's just like, if I want to buy it, I want to buy it. I will say that I'm doing it to a certain extent to where I'm really going to try and use my shit as opposed to just going and buying new things. So like, for example, like the Happy Planner just came out with the new Disney Princess sticker book with the big like Disney Princess stickers. I was so close to buying that over the weekend, but I have the Disney Princess stickers already from the first launch. I don't need them. So really it's just gonna be really about using my stuff as opposed to buying more stuff. So that's my plan there. What planner shops are you looking forward to trying? So I don't really know of too many new ones. I haven't really done like a lot of exclusive research. There are two though that I do know I'm definitely going to be shopping from. That there are a couple of things that I want, but again, I'm really going to try and use my stuff before I do shop with them. The first one is Cookie Sticker Co. because I want the drip. I want that drip washi so bad, y'all. I need that drip washi. So I'm gonna be definitely ordering from her just a couple of rolls just to see how I like it and how it looks in my planner, and then we'll see. So yes, Cookie Sticker Co. and then AnnaLynnPlans, mainly for AnnaLynnPlans because she does the monthly kits for the Happy Planner, or excuse me, for the Plum Paper Planner, for the dashboard and everything like that. So I'm really looking forward to shopping with her. I've already ordered my January kit, which I'm really excited about. And I ordered the fall kits as well because they were on her site. So I just went ahead and picked those up for my planner. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Have you ever bought a sticker book, because you fell in love with one sticker? Yes, the Disney Princess stickers. They had the Tiana stickers, and I had never seen Brave, but the Merida stickers, because of her bright red hair, those two were my girls, and actually those are like two of my favorite Disney movies. And yeah, I just watched Brave a few weeks ago, and I already know I'm gonna watch it at least 2 more times this month because I adored that movie. So yeah, those were the sticker books that I was just like, oh, okay, I'm buying these. Anything else? So yes, I have done that. What is your biggest reading year and how many books did you read? Last year. So I got away from reading just because my job was super stressful when I lived. Okay, we're gonna try that again because I had to sneeze. So the question was, again, what was your biggest year reading and how many books did you read? Last year. I got away from reading and I really didn't start reading again until last summer when I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So I started reading all over again, and last year I read, and when I say reading again, I mean like reading a lot. So I had read like in the last few years like maybe 5 or 6 books for the full year. Last year I read 42 books. Was very, very proud of myself. I hit my goal. My goal was 36. This year, my goal, I've actually changed it twice now because I reached my goal. So my first goal was 36, my second goal was 60, and my third goal was 80, which I just hit a couple weeks ago. And now I am reading my 82nd book of the year. And I'm very, very excited about that, y'all. So yeah, I'd say last year was my biggest reading year. Where do you get your hair done? My girl, Ashley Bell with I Am Lady Grip. She's right here in the Des Moines area. She's from Chicago. She's fantastic. I found her a couple of weeks after I moved back to Des Moines back in 2018, and I've been seeing her ever since. She's fantastic. I'm actually going to be seeing her again on Friday, and I love going over there and just hanging out with her and kikiing and just having a good time. She's like one of my favorite people, so that's who does my hair. Okay, if you could make a sticker book, what colors and dolls would you use? It would definitely be like rainbow themed because I really, really dig rainbow. And then the Wrong stickers I adore. And then also the girls from Oso Paper. Those would be the ones that I would definitely use. Okay, what would you tell a newbie just starting in these planner streets? Don't believe the hype. You know, when I started in planning back in 2017, I've been like really like in these planner streets buying stickers and washi and stuff. It was very, you have to have this or you're never gonna see it again, and FOMO was real, and I bought a lot of things that I didn't need. I would definitely say just take your time, really learn and figure out not planner piece, but what's gonna make you productive, I think is really important. And then just kind of go from there, you know, and just have fun with it too. I mean, you know, one of the things that like is really important to me is for people to realize that like, you know, this is a hobby, this is something fun. At the end of the day, it's paper and stickers and pens and highlighters. So just have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously, but just make sure that if this is something that you're really going to invest your time in, that you're being productive and that there's a really good return on your investment, because that's what it is. It's an investment. I'm not perfect when it comes to my planner. There's, for some odd reason, and my friend said this to me the other day. She said, "How is it that you have multiple planners, but you are still late to work all the time?" That's a really, really good question. So it's just one of those things, like I said, just make sure that, like, if this is really what you want and what you want to do and how you want to spend your time, just make sure that you're getting a return on the investment and that you have fun with it. What's the best planner item you've ever purchased or received? Hands down, and I've already said it, my Sharpie pen. It's a black Sharpie pen. I adore it. It is just, it glides smooth on every kind of paper. I love how the grip of it, I just love it. I love my Sharpie pens, and there's really no other pen that I really use. I mean, like, I've used like gel pens and like Frixion markers and Frixion pens and things like that, and nothing compares to a good ass Sharpie pen. I love my black Sharpie pen. So that is my favorite thing. Okay, got 2 more questions and then we are all done with Ask Emily. What is your guilty pleasure TV show? Very easy, and I don't even think it's a guilty pleasure. I am very proud of this, and I was screaming from the rooftop. The Golden Girls. Those are my girls. I have been a fan of the Golden Girls since I was a kid, and I'm not even talking about, like, you know, since I was like a teenager. I mean, so my dad is from New York. Well, he's not from New York. He's actually from South Carolina. But he spent like his formative years in New York with his family, right? And my dad would actually send me and my older sister to New York to stay with our grandparents, and they live in the South Bronx. And my grandmother, at the end of the day, she always had like a little project that she was working on, and she would turn on Lifetime, and we would watch reruns of the Golden Girls. And ever since, that was our time. My sister was never there with us. My grandpa was usually off doing his own thing. My cousins were off doing their own thing. It was always me and my grandmother watching the Golden Girls, and that has stuck with me, and that is why the Golden Girls are everything to me. I have Golden Girls pop icons on my desk. My best friend got me an autographed photo of the Golden Girls, and that's it. So the Golden Girls is my favorite TV show of all time. I won't even call it a guilty pleasure because I am so proud of that. And then last but not least, what is your favorite album of all time? That is a really hard question, but when I really think about just kind of like, because I love music. Oh my God. But who doesn't, right? But when it comes to music, how I deem an album that is worthy of a title like that, it's one thing and one thing only, is if I can listen to that album from track 1 until track whatever and not skip a song. And there are only 3 albums that are like that I can think of. Is it 3? Yeah, it's 3. No, 4, excuse me. There are 4 albums that I can think of. The first one is You See Him Behind Me. It is the Purple Rain soundtrack by Prince and the Revolution. Purple Rain is my favorite movie of all time. I saw that movie for the first time when I was 6 years old. I wanted to marry Prince. I am a huge Prince fan. My mom, for high school graduation, took me to go see Prince in concert. When he died, I was inconsolable, y'all. Like, Prince is everything to me. And so that is like one of my favorite. That is my favorite album of all time. But for 3 others that like are pretty close, it's going to be Under Construction by Missy Elliott. That's my girl. I have been a huge Missy Elliott fan since I was like in middle school when she came out. So definitely Missy Elliott. The Under Construction album is one of my absolute favorites of all time. Can listen to track 1 through 16 and not want to skip. The next one is going to be Justified by Justin Timberlake. I skipped, and if my parents watch this, I'm really sorry. I skipped 8th period to go to Sam Goody and buy that album. And I remember listening to it on my Alpine stereo in my 89 Grand Am, and I listened to that album for 6 months straight. It is still one of my favorite albums of all time. And the last one is The College Dropout by Kanye West. That album, and Kanye's albums, first of all, he's one of my favorite lyricists of all time. I know what you're saying, but let's just scratch all that and let's focus on the music. So Kanye West, I feel like every time he has ever come out with an album, it is always matched up to where I am in life. And I listen to that album ad nauseum. And the lyrics, the music, everything in that album just really speaks to me. And I remember when that album came out, I was a senior in high school. And when that album came out, I had not applied to college yet. And I didn't really even know if I wanted to go to college, and I didn't even know if I'd really be good in school because I really wasn't that great of a student. I mean, I finished high school with a 3.0 GPA and I got a 22 on my ACT, but I wasn't like a rock star student. Like, I was a BC student, like, period, right? But something about that album just really spoke to me, and it was really more about, you know what, do what you feel is right. And for me at that time, it was, I am gonna go to college and I'm gonna try and do something and stand out and be present and all of those good things. And I listened to that album my entire senior year of high school. And all of his albums after that have subsequently always just really spoke to me, and with whatever season of life I'm in. So like even right now, I have been listening to Jesus is King. No, what is it called? What's the album called? Is it called Jesus? Hold on. Let me see what this album is called because I've been listening to it like crazy. But it's his gospel album that he did with the Sunday Service Choir. And it is Jesus is Born is what it's called. Let me double check. Yes, Jesus is Born. And I am really not like big on gospel music, but that album has just really helped me get through like the last part of the year and the pandemic. So just a fantastic album and I absolutely love it. So yeah, so those are all of my Ask Emili questions. This was so much fun. I'm definitely gonna do this when I do Vloon in June. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I do hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I will be back with, you know, my regularly scheduled vlog tomorrow. I do hope that everybody is having a great Wednesday night. I keep thinking that it's Thursday. I don't know what's going on. But like I said, I hope everybody is doing well, is having a great Wednesday night, and I will catch you guys tomorrow on my next vlog update. So we'll talk to you later. Bye. Say bye, George. Look at him. Say bye. Oh, he's a sweetheart. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Bye.